So, to mash text fast, you're just going to do A and Z as fast as you can, right? A and the Z trigger, back and forth. You buffer them, and that's the fastest way to advance text. As soon as you're done speaking with the king, you hit the start button, and then R one time. Or so start R, A, and you want it on max. Technically, you can save a frame or two by putting it 3/4. I don't know the exact pixel, but you can, as it's going, you hit start or B. So. I just kind of do like that. And you open the door, head downstairs, using the analog. Continue this way. You just walk into a door to open it, you don't have to hit any buttons. So here, there's two schools of thought. I haven't timed it out, but some people go this way to open the door. Some people go this way. Pretty much the whole game if you want to, or at least anytime you're not going straight in a straight line for a little ways, you want to be holding B. Keeps the camera behind Brian, and it's going to make your life a lot easier as you're trying to navigate. So as I came out of that door, I started holding B and pushed the analog towards the wall and got into perspective here. So I'll pretty much be holding B for most of the time. Kind of cutting corners when I can, because there aren't any encounters here, and we could talk more about that later, but feel free to cut corners. You gonna stop and get this chest? It's a bread. There's two breads. There's like basic bread and the honey bread. The basic bread I think does 50. Honey bread does a little more, maybe 100. I can't remember the exact amount. You can't purchase any items in this game. Everything you get from battle or from a chest. So you got to be frugal with your breads, and we basically only use those if you're about to die in an encounter, or for boss battles to heal, because the healing in this game isn't very fast. Or very much, not as much as items. You're gonna come around like this, cut the corners, holding B to keep the camera behind you, and you're gonna come upon this spirit. They exist in the world, and we're gonna pick them up. You want to pick it up as fast as possible, but it takes time, so just do your best you can. But basically you hit A over a spirit, and then you hit the down C button because we're putting it into water. But the C buttons are configured just like the elements, so up is fire, right C is wind, down C is water, and left C is earth. So our first goal in this game is to get to 7 water, so that we learn healing and can stay alive and not waste our items, which are rare, and we don't have very many of them. So I'm going to show kind of what you want. I want to show kind of I guess I hit A again to get out of this. Or I can't get out of this. I wanted to show off, I'll show off at another point how to pick them up fast. But basically you're gonna do what's best for you. I have to move my hands in a different position to pick it up fast. I have to change what my right hand does or left hand respectively if you're left-handed. But as you can see, we're just leaving the Abbey and keeping the tight on the corners. You don't have to stay too tight, but every frame matters. When you're in battle, you don't want to get pinched up against a wall. It could be really bad for you, so I kind of don't. I'll point out places where you can be tied against a wall to avoid encounters or whatnot, but generally I don't cut the corners that tight on the battlefield so that when an enemy spawns. So you're gonna come in here and we're gonna get the wings. You hit the R button, the R trigger, or not the R trigger, the R button to see your items. And you can see that we've picked up that basic bread that's 50 HP in the Abbey. And then we picked up another bread. This is called a honey bread and it's 100. And then we picked up the wings. Wings warp you from anywhere in the world, even if you're right here where you're gonna warp to the front entrance of the town you picked up the wings. And the wings are color coded. These are white, so that denotes the town we're in. You're gonna go this way. Into this door. Grab what I think is a bread or something. Yeah, fresh bread. So that's what they're called, fresh bread for 50. When I come out of this, so inside this cabin, it has a fixed camera. So you can kind of not use B. I kind of like stop using B as soon as I get to the door. Open the door, open the chest, leave, and I basically don't use camera here. The reason I don't is because you could sometimes get all wacky. So the perspective is going to be perfect for you if you just don't use your camera. And we're going to pick up a spirit that you can barely see. Okay, that's how fast you like to pick it up. And like I said, I kind of hover my forefinger and middle finger over A and down C and just roll. And you can find your own way and your own rhythm on how to do that. So at this point, you're going to hit R and use the wings. It's going to save a lot of steps back to this door where we were headed anyways. Okay, I'm gonna hold B to get the camera behind me and run towards where I want to go, which is over here. We'll probably get a hair battle. I'm just gonna run away. Now, you saw me slide there. Sliding is a way for us to gain distance. It's basically hitting A to stop short right before you would hit the barrier of the battle. So this is an encounter. These are hellhounds. We're building up our water right now to 7, so we're gonna learn Water Pillar 1 and Water Pillar 2. Those are the first 2 water spells you learn. Hellhounds are weak to water, so they're a good encounter for us to take to gain experience. Yeah, the octagon that the polygon there that you're inside of is your battle area. The big one that's a little more like that's all the way around you and your enemy is the whole arena. We're going to be trying to make decisions in this game whether to take an encounter or to run away. Right now, as a beginner, it's recommended to just take Hellhound encounters and you know, get your water up. So I'm gonna run towards the enemy. I'm gonna slide. There's two things I could do here. I could run and slide to try to gain distance closer to the enemy because we're too far away right now. I could also throw a rock, get as close as I can and throw a rock at one of them, because they take 10 or more damage to kill. So you can roll low and hit roll a 9 and you're gonna need to hit them again. So since we can't attack them close up, we could choose to attack from a distance. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I believe that no matter what, I'll be able to reach one of them with water by not sliding. So there's a lot of decision making in this game, and you know, the spur of the moment, you got to make a decision, and you know, hopefully you make the right decision. You know, even the best runners make a lot of mistakes. It's just part of the game. So I'm gonna run up this way, hit left C, and throw a rock, see if it hits, and it missed. So that's what happens. I'm not going to get super detailed into this tutorial, but just the basics of it is there's several rolls when you attack. There's a roll to see if it's going to hit at all, and then there's a second roll to see if it hits or doesn't. It's kind of, I don't have all the details of it, but I said all that to say when you see the word miss, it actually means that if you were to throw from that same position again and the enemy weren't to move, it might hit. Whereas if you see a complete whiff and no word, it means you might need to change your position. We'll talk more about position and stuff because it matters a little more with bosses, but generally you want, with these guys, for a close-up attack, you want to have the staff appear over the enemy. That will give you more advantage to making the attack hit, and you know, otherwise if you're too far away, it's going to whiff. So I'm going to, we missed that rock, and I'm just going to run up. We don't have water pillar 2 yet, we only have 1, so our distance is not very good, but we got the staff, and I don't think we can hit both of these guys. We could try. Yeah, we missed completely. So I should have just gone for the wolf. Now I'm going to try to hit them both because I'm close enough. Sometimes if you stand right in the middle. Okay, we did hit them both. We hit the right one with a high roll, and we missed the second roll on the left one. So I'm just going to turn, hit again, and it was a low roll, so like, just not having the best luck. But that's over and done with. We got a dewdrop. Sometimes you do get a dewdrop, and if you do, make note of it. So we're going to make note of the fact that we have one in our inventory. And continue on our way. I'm going to be holding B to move Brian. I'm going to kind of stay a little bit away from the edge there, but it doesn't matter because it's really just like, if you were to get into a Hellhound battle, it wouldn't matter. Okay, I'm running away because I don't care about these guys. This is an enemy to just skip. You want to spend a few seconds, if you need to, checking to see if you have an escape instead of assuming you don't, because you can see how easily, you know, you move a pixel and then you have it. So check to see if you have escape. And to escape, you just hit A with the word escape over you. There is an escape spell we'll be learning later, but for now we're just trying to get out of battles as fast as we can. Gonna correct our position. Now the other thing is, you see the compass up there. It is a good idea as a beginner to pay attention to the compass. Eventually, you will get a sense of where to go. But I will say that having the camera, using the camera behind Brian as often as you can, will really help you stay on track. We just want to run away from these guys because you can see that there's a longer distance to get away. We could slide and try to do it. I would probably just run away like this and slide and then walk out. To avoid getting more encounters than you want, I'm being told that it's a bad idea to escape as far back as possible if you're running backwards from the way you're supposed to go. So I've been told to just barely come out, right? You want you to learn to do it faster, but you basically, this is bad since we're going the other way, and this is better. Okay, I know it's a little confusing, but I'll keep mentioning it. Okay, we're gonna run away. I'm gonna get the camera behind me so that I'm holding B right now, and I know exactly which way I'm going. We're gonna prepare to pick up this spirit, put it into water. Running away. This is a very slow battle, and this guy is strong. It isn't weak to water. He attacks with water. We're headed to this little hut, this little building over here. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Now, right now we don't have healing. We're trying to get to 7, we're at 4. We're taking damage and we're not supposed to use items, so really you're just trying to avoid damage, run away. Thankfully these early enemies don't do very much damage. So here I'm gonna just, I guess, run this way and slide. I'm also holding the analog stick to move my character before I actually gain control, so that I gain control at the first possible moment. So that'll save time as well. Now I don't need to slide or nothing. I would just, I was over here, right, and I was moving the analog before I got, and boom, we stop here. There's no way to get any further. You can't slide. I don't think you can slide into escape. So I'm gonna escape here because it's kind of the shortest point, right? And we're gonna have to double back, because if I were to go towards my goal, it's gonna take a lot more escapes. So boom. I've already moved out and we're good. This is gonna be the number 5 spirit. I'm holding the camera behind me. I'm holding camera. I can let go of it kind of now if I wanted to. Give my right hand a break. We're going to take this battle. I, at this point, have Water Pillar 2. So I could stand here. I don't think I'm going to hit both of them, but I can at least hit one of them, and we hit over 10. We hit 10 or over. Run up. Missed. Six. We need one more to... There's one right around this corner. I'm gonna run away. Slide. Slide. Kind of staying away from the edge a little bit. I don't want to get trapped in a battle around the... pushed up against a wall. Okay, we're gonna run an escape, and then right here is a spirit. You don't need to, it's right here. I'll show you guys. See? But you can pick it up from right here. And you get the question mark. Boom, 7. Now we can heal. And so we're headed up this way, and Healing is down C, left C, A. But you can roll it to make it faster, and you guys can work on that at your own pace. But it looks something like this. And you want to do what's called a chain heal, which is rolling it over and over if you need to heal multiple times. So I'll do that real quick. Hopefully I sometimes mess it up, so I'll try my best, but you want to hit A and Z back and forth the way you do text when you're done healing, and you'll see Brian jump forward like that. That way you'll know you're good. You've canceled a little bit of the animation by doing all that. So you'll see me doing that over and over. What else? We've used up our MP, but you gain MP by walking, so you can see it go to 4. Now it's at 6, 7, 8, so that's how you regain MP without using items. So now that we're at 7, our next goal is to get to 16. 16 is going to make it so that it's really so that we have a chance at killing the first boss. So honestly, I'm just going to run away from these guys. Honestly, these guys give really great experience, but I'd rather kill a 3-pack, I guess, and they're behind us, and like we're doing okay on spirits. You just want 16 by the boss, so like it's up to you how you want to do it. But the way it works is there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 free spirits in the forest where the boss is. So, and we have 7, so that's 12, and we need 16, which means we're gonna have to get, we wouldn't have to get 4, but we only are gonna need 3 from battle because we're about to pick up a free spirit in Dondrin here. And so 2 from battle isn't so bad, and I'll talk more about which battle encounters we should take to make that happen as fast as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna hit R to verify. You should just keep it in your memory, but it's okay to just verify that you have a dewdrop, because if you didn't get one, remember we got this dewdrop as a drop in battle, so it's pure chance. And actually it's not pure chance. I can't get into the details because I don't know enough, but I think there may be a way to manipulate RNG or walk in a certain pattern to ensure that you get a dewdrop drop from one of the hellhounds. But anyways, that's not beginner stuff. But we have one, we're good. So we can save 6 seconds, I've been told. By not going in here. We're gonna go in here because it's a tutorial, but if you didn't get a dewdrop, pop in here. I guess this is the pub. Remember, when you enter a building that's like small, like these little, I don't know, you're gonna have to, oh, never mind. Yeah, this doesn't, so some places you're just gonna have to learn which places you can manipulate with your camera. I mean, you really use L, it doesn't seem, but if I hold B, it does try to, but whatever the case, you don't even need to mess with the camera. You just open the door, hold right, and talk to this lady right here by hitting A and Z, and she would give us a dewdrop if we didn't have one. They're called givers, and we'll utilize them throughout the game. So it takes 6 seconds to do all that stuff that I just showed off. So I'm gonna pop in here, pick up the wings. So remember, the wings are color-coded, and this is Dondarin, so they're yellow, and they were white in Melroad. So, just something to note. There is kind of a day and night thing going on, it seems. So it's because we're taking our time. I think it would normally be day in here. But you come down here, I was holding the camera the whole time to make sure that wasn't confusing for me. And because, you know, it just makes it so it's a lot easier to navigate if you're holding the camera button. But you're gonna come, where were we? Came out of here. You're literally just running here. You're gonna pick up this spirit and then hit R and then mash A over the yellow wings. It's gonna warp us right back up. Boom. At this point, we're headed to the forest where the boss is, and we have what, 8 spirits? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, we are gonna need 3 from battle. Yeah, hope I did everything right there. So I have water pillar 2. Do I have 3? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Nope, I don't have 3, but I still think I could kill these guys. These guys die like so easy unless you miss. So sometimes it's better to just run forward so you're not losing. You're constantly trying to not lose distance in this game, right? So these guys, I know I could probably one-shot with a water pillar 2. But maybe I'll just run forward, slide, try to come forward here, water pillar 2, and we missed it because either that rabbit was a little too far away and we're gonna miss, or our angle wasn't right or something. So anyways, that didn't really work out great for us, but those are the types of decisions you'll have to make in the game, especially if there's only one rabbit and it's in the direction you're going. For sure, just run up and kill that thing. Now, we could decide to try to take these guys. It all depends on like how much time, like how you're doing on time and stuff. I wouldn't worry a lot about time. As a beginner, I would worry more, focus more on execution and learning the route. Don't even worry about time. You'll get there. So we're using the camera as I walked in to get get it behind me and get to this this first spirit. Okay, we're at 10. Right behind that tree is a spirit. So this is a frog knight. We love frog knights. So in this game, when you take damage, it's going to slowly increase your defense and HP. So this frog does up to 3. We could, if we execute correctly, we can get up to 3 hits in one attack, meaning we'll take 3 hits of separate hits of damage, each one ticking up our defense and HP stats. Our goal by the boss is to, as a beginner, should be to get to 63 health. If you haven't done any staff hits, I recommend against doing staff hits. But sometimes you can accidentally do one, and the staff hit is just hitting A with your staff during battle. When you're in range, when the staff appears, right? If you don't do any staff hits and you hit 63 HP, your defense should be 11. And so that's kind of crucial for a successful Sovereign battle. So we're gonna take intentional damage from this Frog Knight until we can't anymore. We're gonna heal so we don't die. We're gonna deplete our MP down to like 5 because we have that dewdrop, so we can replenish our MP bar and keep taking damage. So we're just going to try to stay in this battle as long as we can and take as much damage as we can. Okay, so I already made a mistake in that I got too close to him. And that's what we don't want. So I'm going to try to run away, slide, and he's coming towards me. So I kind of ruined this battle for the tutorial. There'll be others. Okay, we got back into it. So this is going to take a lot of practice. It took me a lot of practice, but you're basically holding the analog stick forward towards the frog as it's attacking you, and as soon as you gain control, you whip it around in a curve towards you. So first it's towards the enemy. As soon as you gain control, you move the analog stick down towards you, and it's going to take a lot of practice, but you can execute in such a way where you take those 3 hits every time. Now I'm going to try to do it a little more. We'll see what happens. I kind of messed this up, but let's see if I just stand right here and heal. There we go. Okay, so we did it. So that's what we want to do, like on a consistent basis. And you saw me move away from the escape. Okay, we're a little too close, so I'm just gonna leave this battle because I don't want to waste a lot of time. I'm gonna heal a couple of times, so I'm not in dire straits. I'm gonna pick up the 11th spirit and head this way, back towards the entrance, but this time we're gonna go this way. And if you kind of stay through these trees in this way, you shouldn't get any encounters. I never have. I think it's possible, but anyways, you come in here. Again, this is one of those rooms where you can't move the camera in any way. You're just gonna hold right and pick up this spirit. You kind of, if you run, you kind of pick it up from like right here. And then you're gonna come over here, and the fastest, or the best way to heal in this game, if you can, is to heal against a chest, because you open the chest at on your last heal, and it cancels a bit of the healing animation. So I'll show that off. Okay, we just picked up the giant shoes, and we'll use that in battle, and it extends your personal battle arena, so you have more distance. We don't care about this battle, so we're just gonna escape. We're just following along this route. These guys are real dangerous. I just wouldn't recommend at this point. You could go in there and try some water pillar 2 or 3 on them, but okay. The thing is that the kobolds are, you can, if you have water pillar 3, you could go for a 2 or 3 pack of kobold if you're bold and get a lot of experience, but they're weak to water. But I don't think the Mario Nasties are. And those are also an enemy that you can use if they show up by themselves or in pairs, just like the Frog Knight, to gain defense and HP. But you wouldn't want to go in and fight these guys, and you really just want to run away from these guys. So I'm gonna slide, I guess, walk out, and I'm gonna use this guy though to take that damage. Right now, I'm just barely on the escape, so I'm just gonna hit A. You can see that I don't want to go all the way far back, right? It was really cool to just get like that naturally, and you just hit A. And I used B there to turn myself around. This is a great encounter. We're gonna utilize this. I think there could be some lag in this area, but Yeah, it's lag. It's always lag right here. I realized that I didn't create a save state, but it's okay. I really don't have a huge need to practice solving. So I am going to use my, I should have already done it, but I'm going to use my dewdrop. Kind of messed the camera up. So you can see that our HP is going up, right? We started with 51. We're at 55. I'll show you guys how to check your defense. Okay, we're out of MP, so we can still keep going. I'm gonna do one more and then pop a bread. You are allowed one bread. Remember, we're trying to get to 63. So anything you can do. I'm gonna call that good. They were behind me, so I try to remember stuff like that. I'm gonna heal a couple times to make sure I'm not like really bad. Then I'm gonna try to let my MP heal. Okay, well, this type of stuff happens. It's just unfortunate. We're just gonna do the best we can. It's fortunate that we got another frog though. It's just unfortunate that we didn't have any HP or MP. Actually, we're getting too close here too, so that's unfortunate. I don't like this angle, but I'm just working with it. And that's all we can do. You don't want to get down too low a health, because then you'll really be in trouble. We got to 59. It's weird going into the forest, and it's not usually this dark, but because the time changed, it stays like this, it seems. 13. So we're gonna need 2 more from battle. The best battles to take are the bat packs, but these guys will do for now. I'm gonna try to do water pillar 3 on them. Looks like we hit them both. Yep. You can adjust your camera in battle. It's not great, but you can hold B to center up, and if you move, it'll stay behind you. I don't necessarily recommend that though. It gets a little confusing. More likely what you're gonna do is, unfortunately, R is the items, so you can only move the camera with L in one direction. But sometimes it does help. Hey, thanks for the follow. I just missed Mona Lisa. Cool, cool. Appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, so just use the camera, the L, you know, however you can or want to. I'm not really gonna move. We gotta miss that time. I'm gonna step back a little bit, center up. We got another miss. So we're gonna have to attack this guy with a staff because we're out of MP. And it's not working for us. Now, sometimes when you take physical damage, you do get a little bit of MP, and as you can see, we went from 0 to 2. So I'm gonna cast... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was a bad example. In hindsight, I wouldn't have taken that battle. Or that battle could have gone really smoothly. And so sometimes that's how it is. You saw those misses. Those are things you got to take into consideration, knowing that for sure you can get some misses. But it is going to give us one of the 2 water spirits that we need. I feel like I have something. I probably have suntan lotion in my eye. We're gonna heal, and we were headed up over this hill. Now we're at 60, and I told you guys that your defense is going to go up too. We're at 9, and we need to be at 11. So you can see right there by hitting start. You can do it while you're running too, just to check it. So this is a great encounter. I would always take bats. You can choose to wait. Since we don't have a lot of MP, you can choose to just wait till another one comes close and do a water pillar 2. Hit them both at once like that. That's ideal. Now, the bad news is that I did all those staff hits. That's definitely, that whole encounter was just horrible, and I would just like forget about it. Probably cut this out of the tutorial. Because all those staff hits are really gonna affect the speed at which we reach our stats. But we actually are good on spirits now. That gave us the last one that we needed because it's a free one right there. And at this point, we just want frogs. Now, there is another technique called Ice Knife, where you can take an extra pack of bats like this and reach 17, and your HP can be lower, and you do more distance attacks on the boss. That's something that we could cover at another time. But I'm just gonna escape, and I just want frogs. Mary Nasties don't spawn over here. Yo Nexus, hey, how's it going? Hey Mona Lisa. Hey Nexus. Yeah, doing pretty good. I just got a controller pack, and so, oh so the power went out the other day, and now the time on my clock is wrong on my computer. Yeah, so now I can do save states on the console. Yeah. And practice stuff. Really, I'm just, honestly, like, I just need save states on in-game, but I'll try to get some more, but I already missed the first one. But there's really not a great place to save to practice Solving. You could save in Dondarin, but then you'd have to do 10 minutes of grinding before you can fight the boss, so it's not ideal. But thankfully, Solving isn't something that I feel like I need a ton of practice on. So we're just gonna run around on this platform because it's close to the door, praying for frogs. These guys you can get a guaranteed hit if you move a little late. Little delayed movement away from them, and it'll almost always hit. I just learned today that it's kind of evenly random for what encounter you're going to get in any part of the game, that there's a list of enemies that can pop up in an encounter, but there's no like rarity, like, oh, the kobold only appears such and such percent, but the Marianasti appears at this higher percent. No, it's all equal. So, okay, good, we got a frog. So this is what we want. We just want to finish up our grind, right? So 61. We're gonna have to do a little more than 63 because of our staff hits. So again, if you're watching this, try to avoid staff hits. Like, I should have realized after the couple of misses on that flower battle that it wasn't going to be a good battle. And I probably entered it without full MP. Well, maybe not. Or I could have got away, they were so close, I could have got away with a water pillar 2. That might have been the way to go. But either way, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna make wrong decisions, and you just gotta live with them. But I would just avoid staff hits, attack everything with water pillar. Okay, we're at 63, but we have so many staff hits that I'm gonna go a little harder. I wish I could check my defense right now, but you can't check it in battle. So we're at 64, we're probably good. Yeah, we're at 11, so maybe I didn't have to go so hard, but I didn't want to have to get back into another frog battle, so. So we're at 11, and we're at 63 or more. Again, this is a beginner's tutorial, like, you don't have much experience. So I'm telling you the safest, absolute safest way to approach this boss. So sure hope we don't die. That's the first thing. You're gonna come into this battle. You can run eventually, but you're going to want to be really careful and stay against this wall because it'll trigger the battle, right? And you're going to come down these stairs and pick up this bread or whatever this is. Honey bread. I'm going to start this battle. So the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to gain, I guess we have a higher speed stat and we're going to get first turn. I'm going to buffer A and Z to move this text as fast as possible. I'm gonna hit R. I'm gonna move up a couple of steps, okay? Or, like, maybe it's just a step. I hope that wasn't too close. But you move up just enough so that basically in this game, anytime you're fighting, I guess we're just closing the gap, right? But just enough, because if we get too close to Solvring, he's gonna come towards us and do a more devastating attack. And what we're gonna do is, if we are far enough away, we can use the Giant's Shoes to avoid his next attack. It'll give us more room. You'll see the octagon get bigger. My personal arena there will get larger, give me more space to move around. And I'm gonna buffer, hold down on the analog as he's attacking. But I'm also gonna hold to it's gonna be like down right. But I don't move right until, like, it's gonna take some practice, right? But it's down right to avoid his distance attack. This is what we're gonna try to do. And then run up towards him. Hopefully we'll be in range and cast Water Pillar 1. If we're not in range, you can cast Water Pillar 2. So we'll see what we can do. Okay, that worked out. So we avoided that attack. We would have heard a noise and taken damage. It's like a thump noise. If we hadn't have got that. So that's good. And we're at full health. So we have the staff. So I think we have it. We're going to try to cast Water Pillar 1 to save MP. And it didn't work. So, oh, that was interesting. We were so close, and he rolled for a distance attack. And it was crazy that it missed. So we still haven't taken any damage. Now we can get absolutely as close as we can. You want to get real close, just like that. That's one hit. So, wow. We haven't taken any damage in this battle. So we just did 20, right? And that, I don't know the ranges, and we'll see them as we're playing, but 20 is our, is a baseline for now. And we know that Sovereign, if you look at my splits there, Sovereign has 200. So that's about 10 hits, give or take. So you can either count damage or you can say, hey, it's going to be about 10 hits. So let's just count them. That's 1. Still haven't taken any damage. It's nuts. 2. It's 43. I don't know what it is for 64, but I think at 63, the highest damage he can do to you is 16. So something to keep in mind. If you're at 17, you know you can take a hit type of thing. But since we're at 64, we, you know, hopefully you're not at 64. Three. Miss. Okay, I think we're good at 18. 4. Okay, we have to heal. We're at 4 hits. These do 50. That would only get us to 55, so we're going to take the bigger bread. The distance attack does less damage, so that's always good for us. I think some people, you know, this is more advanced stuff, but I think once you get more advanced, you could try to avoid those. But for now, we'll just say, hey, we took less damage than we would have. Let's get close and do another one. 5. 6. Miss. Okay, I'm gonna do the low bread. Wow. 7. Oh, that sucks. Oh, well, we got him at 8. Or I miscounted. Huh. And I split. I'm so used to doing it. That's so funny. So yeah, I didn't look at all the damages, but since being at 64, we possibly did more damage. And but in either case, it's not always 10. It can be 9. It can be whatever. But it's a good number to think about if you're a beginner. You just say, hey, I know I need 10 good hits on Sovereign. It's always ideal though. Not everybody likes to do this, but if you want to count damage, that's your best way to go. So like our first hit was 20, our next one was 23, and we've been in like 43. Then the next one was 20 again, you're at 63. So you get a lot of experience from the bosses, and we're gonna put everything into water because we're now trying to reach 23 water. That's our next goal. So yeah, you get a lot of spirits from the boss, so we're gonna put everything we have into water because we're trying to reach 23. So we're at 19, and we got the earth orb. All right, we're gonna pick up this MP item called mint leaf. I'm using the camera to stay behind Brian so that it's easier to navigate. And we're leaving this little area. Now, if you roll down C to right C, you'll get this exit spell, which we sometimes use. It's going to take us to, yeah, how do I describe this? Because it's kind of like the wings, but it's a spell and it doesn't work anywhere. So like I can't be in Dondoran and exit to this forest. So it's kind of like wings, but for a local area, I guess. So we'll use it now to get back to where we entered the forest, because we're going to go to the right this time instead of to the left. So again, you come out and it's like this. And I'm going to hold B, get the camera where I want it, while I'm simultaneously headed this way. You could go probably either way around the tree there. We're in permanent night mode because we entered. Might as well get some free damage. Okay. Normally it won't be all dark like this. Okay, so I can't remember what this is. I think it might be a mint leaf. What is this? Can I guess? Anyways, healing against the chest, right? Chain heal against the chest. So again, chain healing is just rolling down, left, C, more than once, kind of back to back, if you need to heal more than once. Pretty sure I'll need to heal more than once because we're only healing for probably 9 or 8. Maybe not even that. And then I'm going to open the chest at the end of that heal and cancel a little bit of the animation. You'll figure the pattern out for yourself, but basically Brian heals, right? He throws his staff in the air and heals. And so you're gonna kind of like, I'm not sure, like what I do is it's like as soon as his staff is all the way up and he kind of brings it down a pixel or something, I do another heal, but I don't always get it right. So that was slow, but something like that. It was a dewdrop. Yeah, it was a dewdrop. So you're gonna go this way. These guys are awful. Run away. Okay, thankfully we didn't get frozen. These guys are notorious for freezing you. So I'm gonna use slide to get as close as I can away, hoping that I can make this a 2-turn encounter. And I don't know if I did a good job there, but we did make the escape. So even if they had gotten us there, we would be able to escape. Again, you don't want to be as far back as that. I'm gonna heal and escape. Hopefully we don't get into another battle in this little area. We're at 20 now. Now when they're close like this, they don't freeze you, so that's kind of good. We're gonna just run and slide. And this is kind of great how they're physically attacking us. This one's gonna try to ice us, and we got the escape. Again, I had to look for it, so take a couple of seconds if you need to. It's worth it, because if you miss the escape, anything could happen. I'm kind of staying away from the wall a little bit. Because I don't want to get trapped up against a wall with those guys. It's pretty bad. Now I'm gonna look for the escape. I don't have it. Okay. Now, you can heal on an escape. It kind of saves a little time, but it kind of only saves time if you do it one time. So like at 59, one time's plenty, and this is gonna be good for us. Let's see what we heal for. 11. Okay, we're at 11. So, especially early game and then in different parts of the game, you're gonna want to keep your health up, because we kind of run this game on bare bones and it's really easy to die. So now if you're escaping out the front of a battle, I don't think it matters where you are. You can just go as far as you can, right? And gain as much distance as you can. But of course, when you're going backwards out of a battle and you're losing ground, you want to minimize that. So you slow down a little bit and just barely escape if you can. Or if you've run all the way out, turn back. I see people do all types of things, and I've seen Schoolie, like, he runs out and a being too, and kind of goes to, like, I'll try to show it off. Again. Nice. We're going this way. Can get a little confusing. Now these guys will kill us, so I'm running as far away as I can. I'm not stop running, because I'm terrified, because that's Avalanche, and that's actually the strongest spell, or one of the strongest spells, especially for Earth. And we use it for all the bosses, so like that's gonna just crush us right now. Multiple hits, are you kidding me? So I'm gonna take this guy really seriously. We're headed this way. As soon as we get past that tree, or hopefully I'm not turned around. Oh, no. We're headed this way. And, but we're not gonna fool around at all. We're running away. So I'm gonna slide and then run again. We got the escape. And I was able to move a pixel. I don't know. So we're good now. I don't think there's any encounters in here, or at least I've never gotten them. This is 21. We're trying to get to 23. And this is the next forest that we're going to. Always getting confused. It's Connor, and there's Glencoe. I feel like this is maybe Glencoe. We keep getting these friggin' things. But eventually they're gonna go away. I'm gonna heal. And we're gonna enter this forest. So, I think some people go to the right first, some people go to the left first. I've been going to the left because I see a lot of people do it. You get to 23 faster, which means you have escape spell, which is excellent and might speed up your time here in this forest. This forest contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 spirits, so it's pretty great. And no, it must only have 4. Wait, yeah, 6. No, wait. Oh, we already at 1. Let's see. 1, 2. Oh, never mind. That's not 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now, I'm a little rusty, but I thought it was 5 when you leave here, but that doesn't seem right. It must be 6. I know 7. I want to say 7 is on top of a mountain or something. So these guys are, we call them the Bone Zone. I can't remember exactly what they're called. Here, let's get into battle for a minute. These guys are Ghost Stalkers. I call these guys the Bone Zone. But you can avoid their attacks if you try, because every time you take damage you have to heal, and healing takes time. So like, when you're not grinding with the frogs or later, no, we're never grinding anymore for, well, sometimes you have to grind to get your HP value where you want it to, but generally speaking, there's really not a lot of grinding in this game past the frog damage grinding, past the frog knights and the Marianasties in the last forest. So avoiding damage saves time, and to avoid these guys best you can, you just move a little delayed. I'll try to do it a few times to show it off, but like, let's say that we wound up in the battle right here. I'm gonna move right now. That didn't work. Let's try again. Okay, we got it that time. So it's kind of like a delayed thing that you're gonna have to figure out for yourself. Let's see if we can do it one more time as we escape. And we got it. We're gonna, again, we're constantly trying not to escape as far back as we can, so. I'm gonna heal. There's like some fire flower things coming up that will totally kill us. We're looking for this spirit right here. It's basically a diagonal. There's trees in the way and stuff, but there's a diagonal that you will figure out that you saw me start out at. And depending on what happens in your encounters, you might end up on a different area because you're trying to escape encounters quickly, like fastest way possible. We don't have the escape spell, so we're gonna pick this up. It'll be 22, and then 23 is behind this tree. We're gonna try to avoid these boulders, and that was pretty good. You can either take damage and slide, I don't know, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna heal, and then keep going this way behind the trees, 23, and then we're gonna stop putting spirits into water. Okay, we got escape, that's what we wanted. These guys will kill you, so be careful. I'm running away right now, even though I don't have control yet, to gain access to control as fast as possible. I don't need to slide, I don't think, to get out, so, you know, we're gonna get out on the next turn. Oh, I forgot that we have escape. So I just recently learned that, at least Schoolie told me that he's not a big fan of using escape when enemies are behind you like this. So I guess they are a little faster or something when they're behind you. I don't exactly know, but I'm gonna start trying to, especially in Cole Hazard, he was saying, just run and slide away from enemies. I definitely noticed that, like in Boyle, is it Boyle? No, in yeah, Boyle Hole and Barragoon Tunnel, like there's some enemies that just feel totally faster when you run away from them. When they're behind you, instead of running for it and trying to cast escape all the time. So, honestly, as a beginner, you just want to avoid these dudes. Generally, you're trying to get out of battle as fast as possible, 1 or 2 turns. So you do the best you can. I'm going to, since I have the escape spell now, I'm going to not go as far. I don't need to go this far. I'm going to take a chance, be a little further away to where if it misses, I could still get out next turn, right? And cast escape, which is down, left, right. There might be another way to do it. I might be able to go down, left. Let's see. Yeah, you could do down, left, right, left. So whatever works for you. I always do down. Oops. I always go like this. I roll down, left, and then go right. And then we're gonna hit escape and hope it lands. Supposedly it's a 55% chance throughout the whole game. It doesn't level up or anything. Sometimes it feels like a fucking 1 in a million chance, right? Sometimes it goes off 4 or 5 times in a row, so. And it worked. So that's great. It's ideal. So we've got our first Earth Spirit coming up, so I'm gonna be doing down, left C, A, left C for a while, because we're actually gonna max out Earth right now. And Bone Zone, yes. I'm sure Skelly liked that one. So we're gonna max out Earth, and that means that we're gonna take Take that all the way to 50. Okay, they're behind me. Okay. Ideally, I avoid that hit and then I do a slide. Okay, that's good. We're trying to go over here. And then we're gonna pick up this, this is a silent flute, I believe. Maybe not. We're gonna do some one healing. Silent flute. Okay, cool. No cameras in there, so don't even worry about your camera button. When you come out, you're gonna be going this way. Whatever you want to do, if you want to go this way or this way, but you're getting up to this corner. The compass. Oh, we'll take a look at the compass. If you stand still, sometimes wind attacks will just go around you. If I had run forward, I would have taken more damage. I probably should have just run forward to take a damage because it'd get me closer to my exit. It's up to you. It depends on how your health's looking and whatnot. But I'm just gonna run up and I'm just gonna slide. And they go pretty fast. The goblins, anyways. And you can always cast escape if you want. I'm gonna run forward and cast escape. Yeah. Sometimes I can't do it, and there I healed when I was supposed to escape. So this is their up close attack. I'm just gonna keep casting escape. Okay, we got it. So that took what, 4 tries at least. Right behind this tree here is another earth spirit. So we're at 3. So 5. So we reached 5. I knew. Yeah, totally miscounted. So 5 is right. We'll get 6. Where do we get 6? Can't remember. Anyways, if you're lucky, you don't get an encounter before you pick this one up. And then you cast exit, which is down right. Okay, so we use that, remember, right after solvering. It's kind of like escape. It's kind of like using a wings or something, but in a local area. So we're gonna hit A. It's gonna take us back to here, and this time we're gonna go right. Again, if you want, knock yourself out and get on an emulator and time it out. See, if I just stand still, how it totally missed me. I'm at pretty good health, so I might just run forward and cast escape. Could be a mistake. Again, you're going to constantly be making decisions, but at least this way, I got it in 3 tries, and we didn't lose any distance. So the last spirit we have is right here. Yeah, these goblins, that is what you want to see. It's really fast, right? And it doesn't do, they don't do damage to you and whatnot. Especially if they're behind you and you're just going to run and slide away towards where you were going, the direction you're going, and they do that. It's like super fast, so that's a good thing. So here, I don't really know what to do. I think we just run away because our spirit is right here. As you can see, that's our last spirit, and then we're going to cast exit again. So I might just run and slide to make sure I get it in 2. He's going to do his really fast thing, and I would be moving while he did that, right? And run out here, maybe come back a little bit, and then pick up that, and then hit exit, and then we leave. Probably good on health. We're going to head back this way. So again, being really careful. With those guys, since they cast Avalanche. Again, it's kind of your call on these guys. I mean, honestly, you could run forward and cast Escape. You're gonna miss. It's kind of like, once you choose to do that, you kind of like go all the way. So there's a lot of chances for you to make decisions, and they may not always work out, but you slowly kind of learn what you should and shouldn't do. Here we're going forward, we're good. We don't need to slide or nothing necessarily. Again, I would be doing all this really fast. But that was a for sure 2-turn escape since we didn't get frozen on the first turn. Okay, we got frozen. I accidentally hit A. We're gonna cast Escape. We might have to heal some. That worked out pretty nicely. That could have been bad. Pick up our next Earth Spirit. We're at 6. That's where we get 6. I always forget where we get 6. Here, it's like, whatever you want to do. It's just a couple of steps this way. Might as well just escape, you know. It's like, as you play the game, you'll figure out how comfortable you are taking risk, because it's all risk, right? Like, you can safely lose ground and escape behind you, or you can be bold. And a lot of it is like, how's your health looking? How's your MP looking? Do you have the escape spell? Will these enemies kill me? You know, things like that. So like, it all depends on what you're gonna do, what your situation is. These guys, I'm not super worried. I've got pretty good health. That guy does a decent amount of damage, but I'm just gonna run and well, since they're behind me, I'm just gonna run and slide, I guess. We're gonna look for the escape. See how we would have missed it if we thought we didn't have it. So take the time, find escape, 2-turn escape. You're gonna try to get comfortable here with knowing that you get a free heal soon. So like, if you're really trying to push your times once you get out of the beginner stage, you may decide to let your... All right, so like I said, we were gonna get a free heal on the boat. So you could save time healing here, because it's just right here. We might get an encounter, but probably not. Nope. Get onto the boat. So the way you ride a boat in this game is to just open the door and get in and then leave. All right, we're at our next destination. We're gonna go up these stairs and we're gonna create a save point. Not like, you wouldn't do this in a run, but since I'm looking for save states, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Come in here. Don't move the analog stick, okay? At least for me, as soon as I walk into this place, I'm standing on the tile where I can talk to her. So I just immediately hit A and Z. We haven't seen any ferry passengers for a long time now. If you'd like, laddie, spend the night. So the inns are a way to heal. It's a free heal, and you can save. You're not gonna ever save in this game. I'm just saving because I'm creating save states. But you will do this. You will come in here and act like you're gonna save. So you're gonna say yes. Now in a speed run, you're gonna hit B and then say yes. So I do have a Dondarin save already. I guess the question is, how many saves can I have? Cool. So we have a Dondarin and we have a West Karma Inn. So I guess one time I'll go to new data and it won't be there. Or it won't let me do it. I mean, you only have so much space. I don't know how that works. So yeah, so you're gonna come in, you're gonna hit A, mash A and Z. You just mash A and Z, mash A and Z. Don't worry about what it says. As soon as you get into this menu, you're gonna hit B, up, A. Then you're gonna leave. So I'm holding the camera and I'm moving this way. Coming up this path. Over this bridge and up this hill. Probably get an encounter right here. So we're trying to get up this hill. You can kind of see the angle. Hares are harmless. They're not going to hurt you. So I could just run up as far as I can and cast escape. We missed. I'm moving while they're moving. Coming up here, see? This is going to be a 3-turn escape at most. And so I'm just going to cast escape again. And we got it in 2 turns. We're going to pick up this is going to be 7, right? 7. These guys throw rocks. Now he's so far away, he's probably just going to do the and that's what you want. But since they're behind us and we already have the escape, you know, I'm just running into escape. Boom. Holding the camera button as I turn around there. We're going to come up this hill this time. It's a free spirit right there. I'm just going to run and slide. And find the escape. Then I'm going to pick up this spirit, put it into earth. And we don't have the escape. It's fine. You can choose to cast escape anytime you want. It's more just like I'm starting to learn some things after running this game for about a year. You know, I try to listen to what I'm being told by the better runners, and I'm hearing that casting escape when the enemy is behind you, when you get a back attack. What, is that a back attack? Doesn't always work out for you because the escape spell is kind of long. You might miss. There's a high likelihood you might miss, even though it's 55%. And supposedly the enemy is faster somehow, agility or something. I don't know when they're behind you. That's what that's what I seem to understand now. So, but you'll see me cast escape. Sometimes you just want to get out of battle. Sometimes you take chances. So we just got the blue wings. Okay. Keep that in mind. Lock that away for later. Now, do I want to create a save here? Oh, now here's the thing. Yeah. It's interesting. If I save, it's in my interest not to save in this city because I want to take advantage of that death war. If I want to show off the death war. So that's something to think about. which is great because I don't really. I'm trying to think. The thing is, I don't even know how to do it. I think Schoolie or somebody helped me one time get out of it when I can't remember what happened. That you would have to manually know how to get. You could use the maps. I mean, so inside of this menu, you're never gonna really fuck around in this menu much, except to hit at the beginning. You hit right, and then you hit A, and then you max it out. And then from time to time, you'll check your defense or agility if you're doing any percent, and you know, but otherwise not. But if you're in dire straits and you're a new runner or something, and you're lost, there is the map here. It does show you there that we are at Larapool, I guess. And I think that's what I see. And we're in West Karma. Oh yeah, as you can see there on the right, on the east, that's the boat that we came from. The house above it there is, or northeast of it, or northwest of it is where we saved. I showed off the save. And then we made our way along to Larapool. It's just interesting because I see Blue Cave, and that is a place we're going to be later. But not right now. We are headed to Cull Hazard. You could see down there. Like, normally we're not going to be using this map, but just so you guys can know, like, where we're headed. That's where we're headed. So we're leaving Larapool. I am going to probably get into an encounter soon, but we're headed this way. Okay, not super concerned about these dudes. I could just run forward and cast escape. We got it in 2 turns. There's like a log bridge here. Okay, so again, yeah, we missed that. Decisions, right? Like, technically you can avoid these guys if you need to practice avoiding these guys' rocks. So you could just, you know, take no damage by doing that. From far away, they do the right? So, you know, we're just trying to get over there. You could totally hope you get it in 2 or 3 tries. Okay, we avoided that one. Oh yeah, you don't need to try too hard when you're kind of close to them. It just goes right over you. 3 tries? Nope. So this has happened to me before, where I just couldn't escape right here, bro. Like, to save my life. So I'm running out of magic, so I'm gonna have to slide. And again, might have been a mistake, you know, like, I'm still learning and I'm not 100% sure what to do in every situation. You just try to make the best of it. Watch other good runners' runs, try to ask questions in the Discord, whatnot. These guys are very dangerous. Just like the rooster things, they cast avalanche and it's very, very dangerous. They're behind us, huh? So, like, two turn. You could take a chance and cast escape, seeing as their spell is kind of slow. We might get an encounter here, but if we don't, then we're good for a while. Supposedly, you're supposed to stay. Remember, I was telling you guys about there are a few places in the game where you can cut corners you could safely cut corners and stay up against the wall in the overworld and not worry about getting pinned to the wall with an enemy, and this is one of them. Supposedly, if you stay against this wall, you reduce the chances of getting an encounter over here. I actually messed up there. Because you can sometimes get an encounter right here, and I think that's why people do that. But anyways, take your method for whatever you want to do. I like to come over here and the wall disappears, so I stop using the camera here, and we'll pick up our spirit right here. Okay, so you should be at 9, I suppose, right here. As you're headed into, this is called Coal Hazard. And I hope we don't die because we didn't do that save, but I wanted to show off the death warp, so. This is Coal Hazard. You can totally cut corners here if you want. There's no encounters. Save some time, right? Cut corners. Now, you want to make sure, I always forget, but you want to heal up from any damage you took in the overworld. As you get better at the game, you're going to know when you're okay with health. You're going to heal less because you're like, well, I'm good. I know the encounters that are here. I can avoid damage. I'm taking risks because I'm trying to get PBs, whatever the case may be. But just know that if you come in here low health, you probably want to heal up before you get to this point right here. So there's going to be bats in here. If for some reason you are watching this tutorial later on YouTube and it includes the ice knife battle and your HP is low, there are certain encounters you can take to build your HP up really fast, and this is one of them. You can cast spirit armor by hitting left C, down C. We don't have it yet, but I guess you can't do that, huh? Wait. Oh no, because we're not in battle. Yeah, we have it. If it shows up, we have it. So you cast spirit armor, you'll take less damage, and you can run through or stand there for a minute and take a lot of damage from the bats and get your HP up, right? So when I make the ice knife tutorial, that's what that's all about. But otherwise, we're great with HP. We want to be 82, I think, for Zelse. There it is. You want to be 63 for Solvering and 82 for Zelse, which is the next boss coming up. So we're at 77, so we'll keep an eye on that, right? We should be good though, because we left Solvering at, well, we started Solvering at 64, and I can't remember how we ended, but so we're probably over. Our stats are better than they should be, but be looking out for bats. They do hit hard multiple times the closer you get to them. Now, like I said, if you stand still, a lot of times wind won't really hurt you or go around you or whatever, so that only hit us once. But these things will hit multiple times. I'm going to move forward just a little bit since I have pretty good health. Take a chance on escape. Didn't work. This is all about decisions. I guess I don't feel like taking risk. These parts are hard because you can't do this forever. So I'm gonna turn around and hit escape. It worked out for me. I'm gonna heal back up. But I didn't go all the way back, right? So like, one bat there, it's not bad. This next section coming up has 0 bats. I can confirm that to be true. You'll never get an encounter here. Oh, I need to pull this. I love it when I can confirm something to be absolutely true. But I try to ask people that know more than me certain things, and I haven't learned everything yet, but I can tell you for sure that that's true. I know in the 400 plus attempts I've done, I've never got an encounter there, and that's why I asked that question. Cutting corners in here is fine, no encounters. We're gonna get bats here. So, health is looking good. We could just turn back and escape. We could take a risk, run forward and cast escape, and it worked out for us. One turn escape, and we didn't lose any ground. Okay, he's behind us, so, and I would be moving normally. I'm talking now, but I would be moving before I had the chance. I would hold the analog this way and get the escape. No need to cast escape. So that's 2 bats. You can get a 3rd one here. Maybe you can get more. Could get one right here. That's not bad. 3 bats total. All right, no encounters in here. Cut corners. You might get yeah, there's a couple of encounters you can get here. So there's really only 2 grinds in this game if you're not counting places you can use as a grind to get your HP values where you want them to be. Generally speaking, your HP is going to be fine, and where was I going with this? This is a grind, this coal hazard, this area we're in, but it's a grind for Earth spirits. Our first goal with Earth will be 18. So we're at 9, so we need 9 from battle, because there's no free spirits in here. 4-pack gives you the most, these are blood slimes, and they're weak to water. A 4-pack gives you the most experience. There's also a 3-pack. I've been told to avoid 2-packs, because it takes too long to kill and you don't get enough experience. I struggled a lot with this as a new runner. I still struggle with it. They're rough, especially when you get those misses. But I'll try to teach you everything I know. One thing that is good is we're not in the position to hit all 4. You can hit all 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this first one, because the closest one to you is always going to do the most damage to you. If we're standing close to these things like we're going to need to be doing, they're going to do a ton of damage to us, so we want to minimize that. So if we can get a hit off, if we can't reach where we want to be at first, you want to try to, I'm going to do a, to be safe, I'm going to do a double water pillar, and it should hit it. And then if it hits, it's only going to maybe need 1 more hit. Since we're only at, since, I don't know if it has to do with, oh, it's Earth. So Earth and water work off each other somehow. I don't know exactly, but I think Earth makes water stronger, or vice versa. So as we gain Earth and we're going through this coal hazard, we'll eventually get to a point where we do enough damage with water to 2-shot these slimes. However, since this is our first slime battle, it's not guaranteed. And I'll try to show you what to do. I sure hope I don't die. We do have a save point, but it's kind of far away. But we're going to go ahead and try to hit this guy with Water Pillar 2. Okay. Then we're going to try to hit all 4. Hopefully it kills that one. That's our goal right now. So. Okay, good. We hit it for 45. The farther away you are from these things, the less damage they do. I'm going to try to get into position, which is basically right here. I hope I get it right. Something like that, maybe. Or maybe... I hope we hit it. You don't want to spend a lot of time like I'm doing. I'm just trying to show it off, but let's cast Water Pillar 3 and see what happens. Okay, it hit all 4 of them. We missed the front one though. So we're really hoping on this attack that will kill the front one, or otherwise it's going to do a ton of damage. The one to the left of me is also going to do a lot of damage, but we're hoping it hits that too. Although it might have missed that one. It missed at least, I think it missed 2 of them. I think it missed the one on left and right, and then the one in front and back got hit. Or no, I missed the front one. Oh well. Now, the other thing is, this is a dangerous battle. So that's what this is for, this silent flute. It prevents enemies from casting spells. If you're a new runner, now we only have one of these, and sometimes you can also get this other item from as a drop in battle called Celine's Bell, which like freezes an enemy in place type of thing, so it's similar. You can also have that. You could have a silent flute and a Celine's Bell in your inventory right now. We just have the silent flute, and I recommend as a new runner casting silent flute when you fight these 4-packs. But it's hard, man. Like, you want to take the 4-pack because it gives you the most experience, but it's also the most dangerous. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast this because of the misses. I don't know, I just, for the tutorial's sake, I don't want to die and show it off that now I have, I don't know how many turns, but I have several turns with them silenced. We're in the right spot, so we're not going to move. We know we're in the right spot because there was a word or a number over every character, right? So miss means you're good. It's confusing, but we could hit it on the next turn, on the next roll of the dice. Yeah, and that did pretty good. Okay, very nice. We're going to try one more time. These guys just keep missing. And then, so this is an instance where we hit this guy twice and he's still not dead. We do have, it's kind of sketchy, but like, I could kind of like try to head towards the goal. This isn't a great example, but let's say that I was going this way. You could gain distance and cast a low-level distance spell. I don't have enough for water pillars, so all I can do, I can just do a staff hit maybe and hope not to miss, but we did miss. Try again. And he died. He probably only had 2 or 3 health left. Again, when you get better, you can learn the HP values and count damage and really know what you're doing, but that's a lot. There's a lot going on. This should give us at least 1. It's going to give us 3. Like I said, a lot of experience. We want to keep our health up. It's hard because you'll get back-to-back encounters sometimes. You'll get into an encounter that's bad and you want to escape and you don't have the enough MP for a spell, or you have low health and you're about to die. You might get into another 3-pack or 4-pack and you're like, damn, I really wish I could take this battle, but I have like no health and no MP. It's really hard. So good luck with all that. But our MP is building up as we walk. These guys will kill you. This guy kind of looks like Shadow from Sonic, so people call him Shadow. But I think it's called a Scarecrow. We want to run away from these guys. I'm going to slide. And get a guaranteed 2-turn escape. I'm going to barely escape and then heal. Then I'm going to just keep going. Try to keep my HP up, my MP up. You just got to do the best you can. We have a free spirit coming up. These are wyverns. You can run underneath them. Sometimes I was too far away, but you can run underneath them as they're attacking you and it'll whiff. But then you need to run back out, so they keep doing the same thing. If you don't, they're gonna hit you with a much harder spell. I'm real close to exit, so I'll probably just do that. I ran underneath it and missed the attack, and now we can escape. We'll pick up this spirit. We might get into an encounter before it though. Yep, and it's a 3-pack, so we should probably take it. Although kind of far away. But with Water Pillar 3, we might hit this front one. Nice. Now the way to kill a 3-pack, this is actually kind of scary. I might have to use some healing items and pick up some extra ones because it's a tutorial. You basically want to kiss this front slime. We're a little far away. We might still hit all 3, but you want to be like, you want to be kissing it to get all 3 in like a perfect hit. I'm gonna cast Water Pillar 3 again. Hopefully it hits this front when it kills us, because otherwise it's gonna do a bunch of damage to us in either the next turn or the turn after that. Yeah, so that sucks. So we're gonna really hope it hits now. We hit all 3 and it missed again, so we're gonna take a chance. Okay, that's really fucked up. So I gotta take this bread for tutorial's sake. If I was in a run, I would just cast Water Pillar 3 and hope for the best. And I shouldn't have moved, but I did. And that got him. So if that had happened in a run, man, that'd be great. 13. 14. We're gonna chain heal against the chest. Okay, you see how I missed it there? So you're looking for like that pixel where like he drops his, I think, where he drops his staff a little bit. But we only need one more heal. Healing potion. That's this. It does 150 recovery. We have our blue wings from Larpool. We have a dewdrop. Sometimes if you get into a battle with slimes and you don't have enough MP, you could just use this. We really should have saved that bread for Zelse, and then we have this mint leaves that we're going to want to use on Zelse. Okay, we're headed this way around this big rock. We're gonna run away from these dudes. Now, we don't have to run all the way. We could come right here knowing we could get out on the next turn manually and go for the escape. And we got it. Gonna come around. Now, yeah, keep an eye on your compass if you want when you're new. Because especially in places like this where you get turned around, just know that the next place you're going to be going is northeast. Northeast. Right now we're going southwest. We're going to pick this up and put it into earth, turn around and go northeast. And this sucks, you know, what are you going to do? I actually don't know what to do. We're kind of like mid-level, so I guess I'm gonna run towards my goal and cast escape and hope not to die. Yeah, and then heal. And we're going, yeah, northeast. I'm gonna run underneath this guy and then run back out a little ways and cast escape. Hope it works. I'm just gonna repeat that. Again, like when you get better, you might run and slide, try to, you know, there's different things you can try to do. You could try to slide your way out, but it's just such a tight spot. We're so far away that like I couldn't really get underneath him in time, so we took a little bit of damage. All right, we're headed this way. I think we're gonna try to get under him. Yep. Now the next 2 turns are gonna be bats, and they're not gonna kill us. So we could just stand here and cast escape. If it doesn't work, it worked. But we could stand there for a turn or 2 and cast escape, trying to get out. Okay, we got a 3-pack. We should probably go for it. Let's cast Water Pillar 3 and see if we can reach it. We did. Very nice. So, we're going to walk forward, kiss the slime. Yep, perfect, dude. Now, it didn't kill, it should have killed this front one, but it didn't, so the front one only has like 1 or 2 HP. And that was a really great battle. That was an example of a perfect battle. Excellent, 16. 2 more to go. Same deal, run underneath, cast escape. We missed. You could kind of move a little this way, cast escape. We missed. Now here it's like, well, I don't really know. I guess we should. It's a long way over there, so we've run out of luck and it's time to cast escape one last time. We got it without going all the way, but that was rough. Stuff like that's rough. We're just gonna run. Let's see if we can not take damage. Yeah, very nice. We got it. I was a little risky there by sliding and getting A right away before I even saw escape. You want to make sure you see escape. This guy's probably going to hit us. Oh, we got away from it. So we're going to cast escape, and like I said, like you don't have to go all the way. Like just go to where you know you can get a manual escape on the next turn. That worked out for us, so that's good. Continuing to go south. Now, there's a chest here you can get. It's a little risky. You might want to make sure you're healed up first, because you get into encounters like this right by the chest. I'm gonna heal at the chest. Now you can get stuck in an encounter right there, and it sucks. There's 2 more chests coming up. Not really worth it, they say, to take a 2, but I don't know that we're gonna die from it, so I'm gonna take a chance at casting escape while moving forward. We're kind of far away, and I'm hoping it'll hit soon, and it did. We could heal again at the chest. We might get into an encounter though. Yep. It's a 2-pack again. Might just do the easy. Oh, but we didn't have it. Ooh, so that's rough. Oh man, that was lucky. Oof. Okay. Heal at the chest. Sometimes it's like you don't need to go all the way with healing, like you just get it way up there. Like if you're a couple of points off your max HP, it's not the end of the world. This is another one where I guess we could try to just run forward and cast escape. We're kind of far away. We have 2 lesser dangerous enemies that are going to go before the Scarecrow goes again. And like I said, you not only want to be healed up for enemies that are going to kill you, but for these types of enemies that you want to take. So we're trying to get to 18. Let's do the same thing. We hit 2 this time. Let's try to get into position. Hope it hits all 3. It did. So you have a little time to get that front one dead, because he's going to do the most damage. And we're at 17. Oh, that didn't work out at all. Okay, another 3-pack, and I wish I had more health. I hate it when it's like this. That sucks. Okay, we made it. So we're good on Earth. And our HP is where we want it to be for Zelse. So we're probably going to be over-leveled. So there might be another encounter or two, but then we're going to reach a point where there's no encounters for a minute. Okay, so we could get an encounter right here, but we did. And we're close to exit, which is great. Sometimes I use the camera like this when I'm about to exit. Just keeps me going in the right direction. So this is a long vine. What's wrong with this thing? So at the end of the vine, you're going to pick up this chest. Go ahead and chain heal. And you get yourself another silent flute. So if you're not at 18 yet, you can use that silent flute coming up soon on a 4-pack or whatever you want to get some additional spirits. So we're at 18 earth, like we need to be. We're at 82 health, like we need to be. So we're gonna escape these guys. I'm just gonna walk backwards a little bit. Cast escape. Just in case it missed. Alright, so we could get an encounter here, yeah? I'm just gonna run away from it. Oh, so something else I didn't talk about is like, see how I'm gonna slide right here to get a little further than I was? Yeah, and then we get the escape. That's really helpful getting out in 2 turns. Sometimes you could just do a little slide. Alright, so I wonder how bad. We're gonna get a bunch of breads, but yeah, I wonder. Hopefully Zelse goes well. If I was really being safe, I would just save everywhere and do the death warp tutorial separately. And just, okay. Alright, so we are in Norman, which is right, let's see. So yeah, we just left Coal Hazard and now we're in Norman. And we're gonna be going to a forest. So you walk through here and if you look closely, there's a spirit here. And if you come over here, there's a spirit here. So we're at 20, we're trying to get to 24 so we can learn Avalanche. I go to this windmill first now. This is my favorite music in the game too. Pick up some safety items. Healing item. Fresh bread. Fresh bread. Both of those worth 50 apiece, 50 HP. I'm gonna go to this one next. Just 2 windmills with free goodies in there. Again, I'm mashing A and Z. I'm buffering A and Z back and forth as when I'm trying to clear text. All right, we're gonna go a little bit to the left here. We're headed northeast, and we're gonna go into this little field to pick up another one. 21. You can clip right through this if you're just kind of in this position here. Yep. And sometimes that guy's in your way. Alright, we're in like Wynwood Forest or something. We're gonna pick up this spirit here. And there's 2 more spirits. There's new enemies here. A lot of them are very dangerous, so be extra cautious and make sure you're all healed up. You're gonna cut through the forest like this. You can hold to the left or right to avoid these. Just hold to the left. Now, I'm probably just gonna take this easy escape. Very dangerous, and I just want to get past it. You could get dangerous encounter right here. We did pretty good. 23. You go behind this to get a healing potion. Looks like this. Go inside the cabin. You're gonna pick this spirit up here. And we're at 24. And I can't remember what this is. Honey bread. Go this way, go northeast. There's dangerous encounters through here. Wow. Wish I could get that on a run. Orc will kill you, he's gonna try to stomp you. Alright, so this is Zelse, and we have Avalanche. There's 2 ways you could do it. You could do left, left, up. I'm really bad at this, but if you want to practice it, you can go left to right, left, like that. Like you could roll, you go left and then you roll to right and then you roll back down. So, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna run forward, I'll probably slide. It didn't work. He's gonna do, what's he gonna do? Yeah, distance attack's really rough. So, I think it's 42 or 43 health. You want to make sure you're not below that, or he's gonna kill. He might kill you. For Zelse, you want to face towards him and be a particular distance. He's either going to be like right here or right here when he's right in your face or doing the mid-range attack we want him to do. And so you're going to just, for avalanche purposes, you're going to kind of stand in the middle of the circle. You'll figure it out, but and cast avalanche at him. But since he's so far away right now, what I usually do is throw rock 2. Is it rock 2? And it missed him, which it can do, and that sucks. And he does this again, which really sucks. Okay, I think my health's fine. You just have to make a judgment call, but like, I think, you know, we definitely need to come forward. I'm just trying to determine how much. We could probably even come all the way forward. That did really good. We got 2. That's excellent. We're gonna run. Oh, he's gonna come up and he's gonna do. This does a lot of damage. 36. Okay. So we're gonna run away because we don't want that again. And he could cast one of 2 things here. But we're gonna heal up because it's time. You know, we could just do a small one if we want and get to 57. Okay, so that's the mid-range attack we want, and you saw that I ran towards him. You can either run towards him or away from him, but you want to do it like right away. You want to be like on it because it will hit you and it will do damage. So, because he did that mid-range, which we love that, we can now cast Avalanche. So, again, you're gonna face towards him. You want to be like a certain distance away. So in battle, it's distance and direction. Generally, these dots are a good direction to face yourself. Or in between these, right? That was something I was taught at the beginning, but there's specific ways you can do better on these bosses, and I've been told that you want to face Zelse and you want his shadow to be on this line. So since it's not exactly, you have to make a judgment call about like where that would be. So that means you want to be a little more forward than the center. I feel like that's probably a good distance. Let's give it a shot. Nice, so we're at 4. This is great. Okay, we're doing like 68. Now he's gonna do some damage to us here. We're doing like 68, and Zelse has 680. We've already done 4 of them. 680 divided by 68 is 10. So yeah, if I recall, the first 2 bosses are 10. So we've already done 4. So it means we have about 6 to go. So let's just say we're on 4. We're gonna have to heal. And again, we don't want what he's doing to us. We want him to cast the mid-range. But that's just how the dice roll. So he hit us to a point where we're gonna have to heal, but we could just do a basic heal if we wanted to get up to like 43 or whatever. And hope that he rolls his mid-range. Now, and I'm so far back towards the edge of the arena that I would be afraid to run back to avoid his mid-range, so I'm gonna be running forward toward his mid-range. But first we have to heal. Perfect, perfect. All right, so we're going to face him, and we're gonna need to be a little bit closer. You can see that he's not quite, his shadow's not quite touching. 5. Okay, we're at 5. He's gonna do some serious damage. So we're going to run this way. We can always run forward if he does his mid-range. We're gonna, I'm gonna do the big one this time. Should I, or should I do the small one? No, just small one. Perfect. Okay. Again, his shadow is a little further away, but this feels like a good distance. We're at 5. Okay, we totally whiffed there. Okay, so now we need to heal. I'm gonna run this way because there's really no way to run. I guess I'm gonna go right here. And I don't have any more small breads. If we hadn't used that big bread in Coal Hazard, we'd have an extra big bread, I think. And we're gonna need to heal with magic as well, so we're gonna heal with this first so we don't die. Hope he does a mid-range and run forward and cast Avalanche, because we don't want, it sucks, but we don't want to refill with magic because we don't have very much until it's completely at 0, because well, at least with the mint leads, it does exactly 20, and we only have 19, which means if we popped it now, we'd only do 16 out of 20, right? So something to think about. But if you're in dire straits, you gotta do what you gotta do. Perfect. Okay. Again, we're roughly center. His thing isn't quite touching, so is that a little too close? It's always hard to tell. Let's see. We're still at 5, I think. 6. Okay. 7. Holy shit. Okay. We're at good health, so we're just going to run away as far as possible, hoping he does a mid-range, and use a mint leaf. He did. Wonderful. He's a little far away, but I think that's a little too close. So we're at 7. I'm gonna come like right here, maybe? Eight, 9. Might just take one more. Running out of room though. Yeah, too close. And we can cast. It's hard. We'd rather be on the other side facing him. So for this, I might just go like. I might face one of these directions. I don't know what's gonna happen right now. We're just gonna give it a shot. Total whiff, yeah. I get that. But at least he did his mid-range. And now we can face him. So he is actually in the perfect spot, like his shadow is right on the line, and have we moved? I can't remember if we've moved or not. But I think we're a little far away. I think we did move. So I would do like this. I didn't mean to get that close. I wonder if that's good enough. We just need to hit him one time and keep whipping. So this sucks. But it can happen. Okay, unfortunately now we have to use one of these big boys. Okay, that's good. Let's try to get him. Yeah, I was gonna say that should definitely. And I reached for the splits. Okay, so we got him, and that was 11 hits. But yeah, I don't know if we killed him on the 10th or 11th because I don't know how the game works. Does it wait for all damage that's gonna happen before? Anyways, put everything into Earth because we're maxing it out to 50. So now we're at 28, and we got the Wind Jade. The next step is to look for the free spirit. I can see it from here. And you're gonna cast Exit. And leave the forest. Now, definitely as a beginner, we're completely out of bread. You lose a little bit of time, but it's just right here. You pop over here. And you're gonna pick up a bread from this giver. Oops. You can see that we got a bread there. As soon as you leave, or if you have a bread, just cast this right outside of the forest. And we warped back to... is it Norman? I always forget. Yeah, we just warped back to... Larapool, yeah. Only this time, we're going around this thing. You can go either way. I've been going around this way because these people are in the way. But like I saw Bing the other day go that way. And you're gonna talk to this person. Let's see. Well, we have a dewdrop. Oh, what did we just get? We got a mint leaf. Okay, yeah. So always talk to that person. It's more than likely you're gonna need that. But if you know that you have a mint leaf, then just skip it, right? Come in here, opening this door and closing it lowers the water outside. You can cut the corners here. Pick up another spirit. Turn around and go this way, north. Then go up this hill, northwest, and grab this spirit here to be at 31. I hope I didn't miss nothing. I feel like I missed a spirit. But... oh no, it's this one right here. So there's a spirit right here. But the fastest way to pick it up is just to pick it up right here as you're running, right? Anyways, that's the Zelse percent tutorial, which is really cool because I'm trying to get some people into it enough to do